Very short video. I just did a fantastic video. It was funny. It was everything. It was everything. I mean, oh shit! They're still golfing around here? Bird just fell down. I guess he just shot a birdie. The other guy gets an eagle, but he loses 2 balls. How many balls you got? I got 5, but on this hole I got 3. Guy lost 2 balls. Gets over to the next hole, he says, I got a bogey. I want to know who he bogeyed. The whole thing is, he says he's won over. He's won over who, and he's bogeying what? Thank God he's got a shaft in his hand. It's the 1 wood. It's the 1 wood that he would. You want to take out the 3 wood? You decide. Christ. This is 33 Christ. This is the representation. The tallest finger is Christ. Just made a fantastic video talking about puberty and how the soul and how the spirit, how the arch of your foot seem to develop all at the same time. All has to do with communication between the connection. You know that 8 you see twisted, that twisted 8? Well, when you're growing, that 8 is twisting in your mind and it's setting up your brain and your head is still growing. How big is that 8 going to be? It's an H. We're in time heaven, 28, 2, and 8. Would you like to hear how Earth sounds with the 2? Letter B instead of Earth, it's birth. You want to hear what H sounds like? Sounds like back, like Bachman Turner Overdrive, or back the music, or the guy that's sitting on with all the money from the feds. It also looks like Barack Obama's name. It's the arch. A is the reason, excuse me, H is the reason for A being here. Otherwise, A ain't here. H brings A into this world, or A carries it on his back. That's why he's tilted over the A. Say H, A-C-H-E, spell it how you want. This is the first terminology in numerology for gematria, and this is the way I do it right now for this show. Ta-da! What's next? It's the R, because it needs support. It's also got to be carried over, and it's got a leg. So A can teach R how to walk before it gets down here. Put the 2 together, H and R. Har, har, har. Thank God you don't put together M and R. M and R, that's Mr. Certainly is. R. A-R, add them up, 19, letter S. A-R-E-S, Aries. A-R-S, put it with the Mr. for the M. Mars. To Mars with love, because we always say the letter is M. And in French, that means to love. Because the French have a great, great strength inside this world, in my mind, in numerology, or whatever which way, gematria, I don't know what it is. I just figured all these things out in my head. I guessed everything I'm doing. I have no idea where and what I'm doing next, and my hands are all over like a guy that wouldn't know what he's doing. But I listen to every word, whether I understand it or not. My vibrations, excuse me, my intaking collection of breath, can I say it that way? I don't have a word for that, but I will come up with one. I just take everything in, and I just let it go. Go where you want. Go, boys! Go, information! Run through the brain! Full of water in there! Swim, swim, swim! Oh, you're burning out my hair! Oh my God, and I'm sweating, and it's going right out of my hair. Oh, and under my arms and my hair here. Oh, and my nuts! Oh my God, they're going haywire down there. They just seen some broad. Doing, bring. Obviously, this one's not my brain. Maybe it is. Maybe it knows a little bit more than you think. Maybe we're just not using the 6 right. Oh, you don't know how to use your 6? I know how to use my 6. It ravels up from one end and it sticks straight up in one direction, and wherever it goes around those nuts, you always get 2 6s. And the minute you join with a woman, you get 60, and it becomes 64, and you're matrimonial. 4 across from 6. They both make 10, but at the same time, they both make 4. How? 6 and 4 is 10. Take the 6 dice, flip it upside down, it's now a 1. Take the 4 dice, flip it upside down, it's going to be a 3. 3 and 1 is 4. So now you know how it works. The furthest away numbers, and 4 is the furthest away number you can really go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. DNA. And, sand, band, hand, whatever you want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? 1 times 4. Anybody in the class? Oh, yeah, you, sir, in the background. Leave your wife alone. You in the background. Were you listening? You weren't listening. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Are you ready? Okay, you stop touching your wife? Oh, it's not your wife. It's your boyfriend. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 4 is 9, and that's the most you can go. 1 and 4. 2 and 3 create 11. 1 and 4 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. The totals of 11. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 and 4 is 5. Totals 9. You have 9, 11. Also stands for the K9, because the K is the 11th letter, and the 9th letter is the I, 9. You got K9 or King 9. You ready to play? You got 2 cards in your hand, and guess what? You're lucky tonight. You're in seat number 3, just on the corner. You can see most of the table quite well. Seat 3 and 4 seems to be pretty good in this game. Don't you doubt? Don't you doubt? So now what we did is we did 1 and 4 equals 9, and 2 and 3 equals 11. Now, if we go around that, we would have to go to 0 and to 5 to get it. 0 times 5? 0 times the 5. Well, I'm not going to times it at all, so like I'm not. So what am I doing? 0 times. How many times do you have 5? I ain't got none of the 5s. 0. 0 plus the 5? 5. Now you have 5, 11, 9. Okay? 5 is 2 things. You've just been railroaded. You go on to position number 5, it's $200. Of your $1,500, you're only left with $1,300. Thank God. 6 plus 6 plus 1 equals 13. Actually, it's not that way. It's 1 and 5 and 2 and 4. And then 3 and 6 on the last dice, in which you're 1 in the middle. But anyways, okay, I wasn't with you with that. I'm sorry. This is entertainment. Where was I anyways? Yes, we went to number 5. Number 5 is 10% of your money. Is 10% of your money $150? Now you have $1,350. 135, $1,350, 135 happens to be in the 9 position of your telephone. It also says AC and E, ace. When you flip that over to your twin worlds, you're now 270 days. Plus 1.5 each for the creation, making 3. The first part of creation, your heart, is 2.25, plus the 3 for your birth number. 3 by 3 makes you the 9, because you connect up in central worlds, then they connect 2 sides. Soul and spirit. 2 lights. Do you think so? Completely. Spirit doesn't come until really later. You just run on the soul. They take that egg, that DNA that God sends down for you, and they split that. And they use half, and they use it like a dog. Oh, it hurts. C'est pic. But pic in French actually means a spade. The other half of who we are, because it has 1 eye, and the heart has 1 eye, while the jack's holding a flower in his cap, so is the jack of clubs, means the triangular of the club is connected up to our heads inside a diamond. They connect us up. But the last part of the diamond is around our body. We have 1 overhead, 1 over here. It's just like the chakras. I don't know how it works. Sometimes I see it in my head. Sometimes I don't. When I'm buzzed and I'm on a roll, I see everything because I remember everything. Now we have 5, 9, and 11. But the 11 is who you become, spirit angel of man, which equals to 11. At the same time, it equals to 33, which is the command and the creation of who we are. Should I get back to the zits that we get when we're kids? and we're squeezing them all out. We can't really figure, and we're sweating different, and the hair is growing. Information, man. Information highway. I don't know how it works with all the people and how their hair is and what their hair is like. I don't know. I do know more spiritually, if the hair grows more, it's very important to the Chinese or the Asian people more than anybody else. Also, it would be very important to certain other cultures. I'm sorry to pick on that one, but for some reason there's like, I like something about, there's something there in like this farm. I think they have this farm. What do they call the farm again? Don't remember. Didn't even have a thought to even think of remembering. Couldn't think of anything. That's it. I remember. Well, I keep wanting to go for my glasses, you know. Do you think we're stuck in this world? There's the matrix minds. This is the time we lose. What has to go inside of here for the matrix. The more we are, the more energy, the more this has to open. That's why this opens and closes, and we don't see the extra day in February because of this part right over here. We don't worry about this part over here because it's only a return. Whatever is out here, the bigger part can let it out. Now we're always saying this, look at this. This is supposed to be the South Pole. Usually the point would be up or down. Wouldn't this be the, and our tilt would be so much better. Would you like it? Hold, go back for the pass. 6 points. 6 points, the biggest fingers, command and create. 60 yards in your own side, 1 point for every 10 yards. Why? Because you're in the 10 worlds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have to count them all. Because number 6, we're on Reading Railroad. But on 6 and 7, the spirit of 76, we got Oriental. That's where the body comes in. We got 6 points. When we come out to roll, we roll a 3 in Monopoly. If we roll it in craps, I think we get 15 to 1. 15 to 1? 3 times 15 is 45, times the other side is 135. Then you split, because don't forget there's 6 corners and 4 train tracks. There's 12 in Monopoly. Don't you see it? 4 separated corners by the train tracks. Choo! We hear the whistle blowing. Chris the Bird driving on a train. Calling out for the 8 of diamonds, because the 8 of diamonds was everything. That's all he needed was the 8 of diamonds. Because you're in the heaven connected to the 8 of diamonds. That was good enough. What was he going to do with an 8 of spades? An 8 of spades is the dirt on the ground. You don't have to look at the 8 of spades. It built us who we are. We got built out of a spade, out of the ground. They dug us out of the ground and built us, and then they put us 6 feet under. Thank God they give us 10 fingers on our hand. We're still 4 feet up, and everybody knows it takes 4 corners to make it work. Because in Trinity, everybody's equal. They added a corner on, and they split everybody up. They dropped down to third world countries, of course, because the fourth world is standing up while they went 6 feet down. 6 feet down, but they actually had 8 toes pointing up. But they call them all toes. Well, they call them all fingers. Well, we had 2 big toes. They're the biggest and the fattest of all toes, but they ain't very big. In fact, none of your toes are very big and long, but they worked. They worked in this robotic life, in these robotic bodies, where we have the sperm in our head still thinking, hey, sperm, yeah, Dad, I know you're still in there. Holy fuck, imagine all your life, you know, you're wearing your mother's egg and you're wearing your father's sperm in between your ears. Like, where do you go without your parents now? We got sex tonight. Oh, don't say that too loud. My mother's listening up there. Oh, don't rub my head. That was my mother's egg. Oh, look at that. All my hair is gone. Does that mean I've learned my own wisdom and I'm separated from my mother's egg? Oh, wait a second. Now I'm wise. Oh, the sperm must have split. Now my parents are both wise, and I became wise because of them. All because of the difference, the void. The void of everything, the in-between, the nothing. What's inside this empty space is water going back and forth, so they call it milk. If I had to squeeze it, they wouldn't say anything about it. They just call it juice. They call this coconut milk. But I can't squeeze these titties. So this becomes us, stuck between the spirit and the soul world. We're right in between, by our feet and by our arms. 1, 2, 3. The shin in Hebrew. There's the sin and there's the shin. Which way do you want to end up? Well, you want to end up over here on the sin, not on the shin. Not to me, at least. You want to end up on the sin. And the reason I say you want to end up on the sin is because for me, when I was counting before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 4 or 41 is your DNA. It is the sandlocked. It is the hand, part of the hand, part of the ankh. It's the DNA. It's part of the word thank you. 4114 is part of Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, which works out to 342 or 432. There's just so many things. And another thing for this world, if you want to understand, I don't know if I did it before, is that the calendar stops in May. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4 is 5. Move that over. 6 and 7 is split between the two worlds. And then the 8th month, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 months is for the other side. Okay? The weight. I don't know how the weight works, but it switches. Can't explain it. If I can't explain it, it could be total bullshit. I'm going to be honest with you. Hey, man. These are my videos. I got to go up to that star in the sky, look over my videos and say, oh, well, I can't figure myself out. Did I tell the truth today or did I bullshit? Do I really believe it? Well, sometimes I really just like to pick things off the top of my head. But I want to know sometimes, not sometimes, I want to know all the time exactly how I'm coming out about certain things. I know the composition of putting things together change depending on how I act. But I still know where I'm going. I can read what's on the screen. It is we did the puberty thing. We did the split DNA. We did 511. Okay, well, at the total of 511 and 9 equals 25, which is 1/4 of 100, which is 1/4 of who we are, or the 0.25 of the light extra we need to come into this world. Otherwise, we're just body and parts in this robotic body that you think. Hey, why can't they make robots like men? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but I watched a movie, I don't remember the name of it, but Robin Williams became a robot to be a man. This is not robotic? What is not robotic about it? My follicles fall off. They grow back. So do stems and seeds and cells and everything else. We are on the 341st day of the year. 1, 2, 3, ABC, DNA, today. 12, 6, 18, 12 times 6, 72, 72, 5 degrees makes the total round of 360. But it's in the 12th year also, so we've been going 360, 360, 360. It seems like when I say that, my first thought, boom, time has gone very quick this year. Is it January? Is it February? Is it March? Is it April? Is it May? When do you want me to stop kidding? Is it June? What do you feel like? Don't you? This is not the 6th. By the time you get into work on Monday, it's going to be the 10th. My son's going to be 21, and his cycle of his birth is exactly, he's going to be on the earth exactly 365 days. Well, they added a day. I'm taking off a day plus his birthday. He's actually on this earth 364 days on Sunday. Even though he was born on a Monday, that would be 365, 364. That's exactly 13 moons, exactly, to his 21st birthday. 21 and 13 is 34. And it always replicates number 1. The word 1, or the O and the N-E says one birth. O-Ani, O-Ani. One electronic. We didn't even come down here, man. We're powered up, powered down. You don't see it. We're awake there, and because I know it and I can't feel it and I'm not there, that it can't be true because it comes out of my voice. When you get on and you play Nintendo, you hear it. When you beat the horn where your hand is, it comes out from the front of the car. When you sit down in your car and your car hits a bump and your seat goes up and down and you hurt your ass and you bump your head, how the hell did that happen? Wasn't close to you. was the back tire. Somebody hit you, nothing happened, but now you can't see anymore. You're deaf, dumb, and blind. You can't even hear me. Because it's been severed. To me, most people that they severed certain things in their body are going to become even more powerful, or they'll be living the rest of their life out in lower spirit, which is a spirit that it doesn't get into any bullshit, really. It's just a lower kind of spirit. It's not a bad thing. And that kid may seem sort of dead and sad, but he can't actually go to be very sad because he doesn't really know what glad is. And even if they know what glad is, they feel the sad and they feel the glad, but most of the time, and let me jump off this to say it in other ways, your spirit, he's up there still. I'm handicapped, and he's up there. He could be laughing at me right now because he's already done this cassette already for me. My life may have been lived 50 years ago. I could be dead already 40 years where I have never died at all. And I've never repeated life. But I don't think so. I think this is my my last shot at life in this kind of world, in this kind of society. Then I'm able to evolve into the new conscience world. There's a difference of coming here 10 times and being here in the conscience world. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you.